Without any doubt, Terraform is the most popular and used infrastructure as code language out there these days. Terraform allows you to write and define and manage your infrastructure deployments across one or multiple cloud providers through code. This makes it easier to manage, version, and maintain infrastructure deployments. Writing Terraform code can be challenging, especially if you're not familiar with best practices for writing clean and readable and maintainable code. Writing readable code in Terraform is crucial for any cloud engineer. In this video, we are going to look at few of the best practices when it comes to writing clean Terraform code. First and foremost thing is to always use consistent and meaningful naming conventions. Naming conventions play an important role in making your code easy to read and understand. Use a consistent naming convention for all of your Terraform resources, modules, input variables, and outputs. All the names should be descriptive and accurately reflect the purpose of the resource. Modular approach is the key to organize your Terraform code. Terraform modules allows you to organize your code into reusable components. Modules can be used to define a set of resources that can be easily shared and used in other parts of your code. Using modules can help you write clean, maintainable, and reusable code. Use variables and inputs to make your Terraform code more flexible because they allow you to parameterize your code, making it more flexible and easier to maintain. And you can define configurable values that can be easily changed. And later on, this can help you avoid hard coding values, and so that you can use your code again. Comments play an important role in making your code easy to understand. Use comments to document your code, explaining what the code does and why it is important. Then comes the version control. Just as with any other code base, using version control will help you manage your code base, track changes, and collaborate with your other peers. Using version control system like Git, GitHub, or Azure DevOps will help manage your Terraform code over time. Another very famous principle when it comes to code, which is also valid for Terraform code, is DRY, which stands for don't repeat yourself. DRY is a principle that states that you should avoid duplicating code. And we already have seen that we should be using modules in order to accomplish that. Then we have the KISS principle, which stands for keep it simple and stupid. KISS is a principle that states that you should keep your code as simple and easy as possible. In Terraform, you can use a lot of things like variables to make your code flexible, and there are other lot of constructs too. There was a very famous book by Robert C. Martin with the subject title of Clean Code. This Clean Code book contains a set of principles and best practices for writing clean, maintainable, and reusable code. All of those famous principles in Robert's book are also valid for Terraform. First principle is SRP, or Single Responsibility Principle. SRP states that a module or function should have only one responsibility. In any HashiCorp Terraform project, you can use Terraform modules to define a set of resources that have a singular purpose. Second principle is OCP, or Open Closed Principle. OCP is a principle that states that a module or function should be open for extension but closed for modification. So in Terraform, you can again use modules, and then if you want some other functionality, you create another module and extend the existing one. Then we have the DIP principle, which stands for um, dependency inversion principle, and it states that high level modules shouldn't be dependent on low level modules. In Terraform projects, you can use Terraform modules to define a set of resources that are independent of other resources. So that way you avoid tight coupling between resources. Code odors or smells are indicators of poor code quality. In Terraform projects, code smells can include duplication of code, hard coding of values, non-descriptive resources and variable names, the lack of comments or documentation. So writing great clean code requires all these best concepts to be followed as best as possible. So I hope that this was useful for you. If you have any feedback, please put them in the comment section. Thank you.